There we go. We're live.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, welcome back. Well, or us, us back, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's give everybody a second to jump in here. I think we had a couple people waiting, but I think at the beginning it's going to do the YouTube thing and show some ads. So we'll give it there. It looks like we've got a few people on board. Jump in and say hello, and let's see who we've got. It's been a little while. Tani, how are you? Good to see you. Hopefully this weather's been as nice for you as it's been for us. It's been just unreal over here. Warm.
Yes.
I got a little sun on the back of my neck, especially. I've been doing some planting, and wow. I need to wow, today I was good and I wore sunscreen. So finally threw on some number 30 and made sure that we're good. Hopefully we get a group in here tonight. I know we've been really bad in having lives lately. We've been so busy. Good. Yeah, it's finally nice. We got all that rain. Oh, what was that? Was that last week or?
Yeah, last weekend.
And we got, I don't know, well over an inch. I think down by you, Tani, wasn't there quite a bit of rain? Didn't you get, 2-3 inches of rain or so? Trying to remember. I was thinking down southwest of us as well, down by where Lori and Steve are, frequent visitors here on the live. They got like 3 or 4 inches, and we, I don't know, an inch plus, and all the roads going into our local town. There you had 4 inches. Oh my God. All the roads going into the town nearest to us have been closed due to flooding. So
Henderson was back down to one road in and out of town.
And
that was to the west.
inconvenient road for us is the one that was open. So it's been tough. What I don't know, as we wait for some others, Tani, what have you got in the ground? Maybe you can throw some comments on what you've got in there. We have been planting and clearing brush and
cleaning out dandelions and
Holly was digging dandies today that were not fun.
At the root, they were this big.
There you go. So you don't have anything probably on the ground yet.
Yeah,
over an inch. Our garden was nice and firm, and we got some stuff in, and then we got all that rain, and our yard kind of slopes towards the garden, so it was just soup out there.
we're got very much a lot of clay in ours, so even if we tried to go out into the garden, we'd come back about an inch taller.
Yeah, it was nasty. So I don't know. We'll whoops, I'm trying to get some stuff.
Darren and Bridget.
Yeah, there you go.
Hello.
Hope you're doing good, both of you. Let's see. All my cold crops. Hopefully tomatoes. You know what? We do have the tomatoes in. I've got to feature that. We had some issues early on with the tomatoes. They bounced back. Well, I'm hoping they're fully bounced back, but they're in the ground.
Yeah. There was just one when I was watering tonight that might need a replace. It was a cherry tomato. Okay. Everything else looked good. It was small, but it looked good.
We've got about 8 we don't have 8 varieties. 9. Maybe we do. Something. We've got quite a bit.
Varieties between the cherry and the regulars.
We're trying a few different ones and then some old favorites. Hi, Gwen. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. We're just saying that we've been bad with lives, just with things are.
It's spring.
We've had a lot. We've had a lot going on. Let me bend this down just a little bit. People want to see what you're working on there every now and then. Tom, welcome. Thanks. How are the baby chicks? You know what? They're right behind us in my office on a trough. I don't know if I move, if you can see the setup, kind of just barely see the light there. Love Holly bring out one of the chicks in a little bit and show that off. It's it's fun.
It's
They're
that wonderful, happy little cheep that's going on right now. So
so far two little poopy butts that I recovered today, and
that's it.
That's it. So
Out
no,
of
Tom, they've been
40,
doing good.
so-
Yeah, we got 40, 20.
Isa Brown
Yep.
and 20 Barred Rock.
And the Barred Rock, I mean, we've had Barred Rock, several batches of Barred Rock.
This is our third.
So we kind of know what a Barred Rock chick looks like. And we got a couple in there that they don't look like Barred Rock chicks at all.
No.
So Holly's been, on the Google and having some fun trying to figure out, did we get something, or
On
these
the hatchery site that we get them from, I'm like, well, it looks like it could be this, looks like it could be that, could be, yeah.
it's like, okay, quality control here. Who grabbed a couple of the wrong ones instead of all we asked?
Because the last time we got them, they sent us one that was a Black Star instead and said that it was a Barred Rock.
And that's what got us into
Black Stars.
Black Stars. So Coco, our mystery girl from 2 years ago now. Yeah.
Yeah.
See baby chicks in your office. Now I can clean it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Because it's so late. I mean, usually we get our chicks in April.
Yeah.
And we keep them inside longer because it's cool outside. Well, you know what? It's going to be 50s and high 70s, low 80s for the foreseeable future. And I don't see us even getting close to frost. And with a heat lamp out there, I think we're going to be good. So I'm going to give them 2 weeks in there.
I was going to say 2 weeks to get some feathers.
Once they get that first batch of feathers, then they're outside. They'll be absolutely fine in the barn. It's warm in there. The ground, still continues deep litter, giving off a little heat. They'll be fine. I just got to give it a deep clean. So, but yeah, they do get dusty. There's no doubt about it. Won't let you share links. How did you turn your volume off there? Holly's looking into that. Get my IT specialist on here. Well,
that's weird.
Everybody look at everybody, and we've got a smaller group in here tonight. I think part of it is with us not being regular. We might have lost a few people tonight, but so no chickens in your area. Why don't you go grab one just to show them? It is amazing, and I love little chicks, but it is amazing how fast they grow. Ours are now. When do we get them, hon? Thursday. So they're 3 days old, but they have just changed, and now the tiny little crest up the middle, that's going to be their comb, is just started to form this afternoon. The feathers on their wings popped out to about 3/4 of an inch. It's just amazing how fast.
Come on, face the other
way. Get a little closer. There you go. Well, walking on the keyboard. I don't want to lose our. There you go. So there's one of our. That is a.
This is what is a Barred Rock.
Yep.
Oh, she's got white on her feathers, so.
But it's the little on the top of the head, the little white patch, and I don't know. It's so nice having that. There's the panic mode chirp.
Okay.
I'm not happy.
Okay.
Had a hen hatch out of 4 babies. One was a bantam.
Okay. I know you're shaking.
That's great, Gwen. And they didn't peck on it. Sometimes, if it's, you get a chick that goes into the wrong area and it's not one of theirs. Sometimes I've heard that they will really, go to town on that chick. And so that's not good. But hopefully everything turned out good. Hi, Lori. You know what, Lori? It's our first live in a long time. So I think it's maybe been a month and a half since we had a live. We have been just so busy with stuff. Yeah, that chick, they're all cutie pies. Absolutely. But the Barred Rock, I just love them. That black, that stark black, and then that little white on the head and then
Yeah.
some of the big white feathers, and they just get speckled in a little bit. Okay, they didn't kill it. Good. That's what I worry about. Although I think it was last year, I didn't film it. I took a picture, but I took one of our Barred Rock chicks, and all of our older hens were in the driveway, and I put one of the chicks down. I wanted to get a picture of this little chick with an adult and just kind of compare the size. Well, I put it down, and it ran about 3 feet towards 20, 25 adult hens.
Yeah.
And the hens scattered like, there was a fox, like there was a fox running through the hen house. This little chick. So then I went and scooped her up quick and brought her inside. But I got my picture. But
even last year, after we had brought the babies out and they were in the barn in their little coop, we had set up some fencing to try and give them their own little space, even outside. Well, they were small enough that they were sneaking through.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yep.
And I even got a picture of one of the little babies sitting on the ledge, the lip of the nesting box.
Yeah. And they left them alone. There was a few we had a couple escape artists last year.
Yeah.
This year we're at 32 Chanticleer mix.
Okay.
There you go. We are up to 90 chickens right now.
40 in the trough and 50 outside. So
50 adults. Yep. 50 full grown hens.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Everyone's been busy. No, you have not been missing them. We put out a little note, if we're not going to have a live on a Sunday, so we moved it a couple times to get around Mother's Day, to get around, picked on this date so that we will then miss Memorial Day weekend here in the U.S. So let's see what creek water gone down. Dude. Yeah, you've got some. Well, you've got that area that I know you've got fence running across your creek, Gwen, and some of that. So hopefully that withstood all the spring floods, because you have had so much rain down there. So hopefully that turned out all right. Hey, Phil, welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're talking chickens and gardens, the usual.
Yep.
The usual stuff. But we have been busy. A lot has been going on in the garden, getting things planted. And you saw one of our videos from last week. I jumped the gun. I jumped the gun and brought things outside. We used the little girl, the outdoor coop, to harden them off. And it got a
little cool one night.
I thought we were going to be like 40, 41. Well, I think it got to like 37. And so some of the eggplant and some of the tomatoes got a little frost damage. So it took a while. We got them actually in the garden now, in the ground.
Yep.
I'm hoping. Holly said maybe one of them might need some work. We've planted some others, but some of them, I planted all the seeds we got. You buy certain seeds from certain companies and they give you 5 seeds. And we planted all of them wanting 5 plants. We got 100% germination, but then Rich goes out and tries his best to kill them. So
what do you do?
Here, you got to show off your blanket.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, it's just kind of a fun.
And it doesn't quite show off, especially the purple, the row of purple.
Well, it's just blues.
Oh, I think that's purple. This thing. It's not quite showing that color. It's really a bright, vibrant. I'm calling that purple. I'm a guy. We don't.
Violet.
We've got basic violet. Yeah, we've got basic. Guys have a basic set of Crayola crayons in their locker. Not all that. So I've been down on my hands and knees with where the garden fabric is and all the holes planting. So we've got. Let me see.
Start in the back.
Yeah.
You got Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts in the back row.
Cabbage.
The cabbage we can make Napa cabbage. We want to make kimchi.
Yep. And then green cabbage.
Yep. 2 stone head cabbage. 2 rows of that, so we can make some more sauerkraut, have that fermented.
Yep.
And then I've got room for a little bit more. I've got some hot peppers I need to get in.
Mhm.
But from the other side, then 2 rows of green peppers, yellow peppers, red peppers, eggplant. I put in a half a row of habanero and a half a row of jalapenos today. And we've got poblano. We've got a few other hot peppers to put in, some
Yeah.
yellow wax or Hungarian wax, some stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
and Holly was digging dandelions, she was telling, and
yeah, I was doing squats. Get the shovel, pop the root, go down,
Yep.
shake it out, up and down, up and down. I cleaned about half of the area that we wanted.
we really have dandelions this year. Just really a bad case of them, and it's hard to get rid of them when you're not using chemicals. And we're committed to, you know what, we've got the girls out there, we're feeding 4 families through our CSA.
Mhm.
There is no, we're not going to go out and go nuclear on this stuff. So trying to find a few other, if you've got ideas on killing weeds or stunting them, I had heard like a vinegar salt solution that you spray on with a dish soap in there to get it to adhere. And I don't know if that's an old tale or if that's for real. If you guys know that, let me know. I'd love to find a natural way to kill those darn weeds. They really are bad. So it's tough. And Holly's clearing an area so we can level it and get the garden fabric down on the other end. So Melissa, you made it. So did we. So did we. We finally got that going. We've been so busy and trying to, you know, I try to catch up on videos. I'll do them in chunks. You know, you'll see I won't see anything of yours, and then I'll jump on and watch 4 of them. And don't worry, I'm watching the entire video. I'm watching the ads. I'm doing the whole thing. I'm commenting. I'm trying to, you know, make sure everybody's gets their points with YouTube and all that. So some of the Phil, your comment here just reminded me of that. Hopefully you got those posts in the ground, Phil. Phil got a local utility that was getting rid of phone posts.
Oh.
And so Phil was able to cut them in half or cut them to length, then load them into his trailer, bring them home. Those are going to be dynamite for posts
garden fence
around the garden.
Yeah.
Especially if you get deer. Man,
Mm-hmm.
those look so sturdy, Phil. So I'm jealous of that. We've got what 8-footers, and they're probably 6 inches.
Yeah.
And they,
I mean, they're halfway in the ground.
They're robust. They're 4 foot in the ground, but
in clay.
You're 10-foot, man. That I was jealous. So
yeah.
Well,
and to Phil's other comment, blue is one of my favorite colors too. I do turquoises and blues.
A lot. Yep.
Yeah.
So we're getting this ready for who knows what. Holly's always got a blanket at the ready in case someone, who knows, someone has a baby, someone has a shower, someone, whatever. It's all.
No, I think this was, I had a comment. I had made a blanket for a friend and her grandson's trying to commandeer it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, get that going. So I haven't planted anything yet. Lori, one night temperature down to 31. Ouch. Well, hopefully that's the last of that. I don't want to see any of that anymore. 30s, yuck.
If anything, this would have been the last weekend that we really would have gotten cold.
I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping that. Dawn, welcome. Good to see you. I saw you just dropped a video too about a new chainsaw you got, so I want to check that out. We've been digging our little mini chainsaw, and Holly just went to town on some stuff we cut last fall, and she chopped that up. We had a big fire last night. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun out at the fire.
He had what?
It was roaring.
Like an 8-foot.
It was roaring.
Or an 8-inch round stump that you wanted to get rid of.
Oh yeah, I was trying to get rid of a stump, so we built the fire all the way around the stump, and it was probably 4 feet tall. It's not there anymore. So we did a good job. Enjoyed the mosquitoes. We haven't had mosquitoes in a couple years because we've been kind of in a drought.
Yeah.
Now with the rain, welcome back those mosquitoes. So all right, let me catch up. Some of your tomatoes, the top of the canopy panel. Gwen, holy smokes! Ours are, they're
and there's some that are
we dug them down so that they've got a good root base. But yeah, that'll be July. Let's give us 2 months, and then they'll be up at the top of the cattle panel. Good for you. You're going to be, you guys in Texas. I mean, what is that? 800 miles, 900 miles. What a difference. What a difference. So let me see. Here we go. Tani's got, you did use vinegar, water, and dish soap. Okay. Did you put salt in it? Someone said salt.
The thing with salt is even if the girls get it, too much salt's bad for them.
Well, this is in the garden. I'm not going to spray garden. I'm not going to spray this out in the lawn. It'll be in the garden where salt's not going to, I put salt on my carrots anyway. So if it's around the, whatever. Oh, there you go. Post in the ground and the gates hung. Good for you, Phil. That's a heck of a project, I bet.
Yeah.
Those things look heavy. But you've got all the heavy machinery to move it. I'm sure you got a video out there. I got to check back in, Phil. I'll do that this week here. So, oh, here we go. 700 feet of fence this weekend. There you go. Phil, if you can get some more, Darren can use them. Darren, check out Phil's video. The posts are just a knockout. They look great. So, and you were thinking of doing that, Phil. You know what? That our tomato alley, that is the best thing we have ever built.
It makes it so easy to get to the tomatoes because you're not in a cage. You know, all the nice ones like to grow on the inside where you can't get to them.
Well, these grow, and gravity, you know, as they're growing up, gravity is pulling the heavier tomatoes down. So you're just walking and looking up and picking them, which is great. And it makes it easy to have enough supports to adhere them to. You know, I'm religious about, I want one stalk, all these little side shoots, I nip those. Otherwise it turns into a shrub and it doesn't produce as much fruit, in my opinion. And so it makes it so easy to make sure you've got one stalk going up. And they grew to 10 feet tall. They were arched all the way over. Like, you guys hopefully saw the video last year. It turned out really well. So if you do it, Phil, I think you'll be loving life with that. 20 of, okay. Melissa, you got all sorts of stuff. Strawberries. Nice. Good for you.
Ooh, mushrooms.
Wow. Melissa, how are your brassicas doing? I noticed that today our Napa cabbage, today was 80. So not hot, but it was warm. A couple of my Napa cabbage have bolted.
And it might be the full sun that they get.
Maybe, I don't know. So I nipped the tops off there, hoping that we'll see. So maybe I've lost a little bit of that. So before we get 60s and 70s, I'll take that. Yeah, 3 to 4. You know what? When we buried them, there's about 3 to 4 inches, and you know what? Pretty soon they're going to grow like mad because we're going to have, you know, the sun coming up at 5 a.m. and setting at 9:30. So they catch up pretty darn quick. Hey, Lori.
Hey.
How are you? We were just talking about all the rain early on, and looks like down by your home, you got a lot of rain. So, okay, Tani, no salt. Okay, just dish soap and vinegar. Okay. I'll get, you know what, maybe we've got enough weeds out there. Maybe I could do a test patch. Here's one with, you know, vinegar and dish soap. Here's one with vinegar, salt, and just see what, I've got plenty of test patch. Too much.
Yes.
What's trying to keep our hound dog on our side? Yep. Why salt the carrots? Yeah. Tani, I was just saying if we put salt down, I'm fine with that. I'll put a little salt on some veggies here and there.
As you're eating them, not in the ground.
Right. You can refence 33 acres. Oh. We're trying to figure out to fence our entire yard, and it's only three some acres. 33 acres. Gwen, that's a lot.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out the best way to keep our girls in.
You know, Tani, we don't have a lot of robots around here, but
I'm thinking rabbits.
I know. Maybe you're using the voice on your phone to respond. I just saw that and I wanted to give you a hard time. Yeah, we were coming home from some friends, went for dinner and almost clipped a little bunny almost clipped a turkey too.
Yeah, there was a baby bunny.
Yep.
Who couldn't move as quick as
He got out of the way at the last second.
But
And
we
then
almost had a turkey.
Mama Turkey ran out right in front of us, hit the brakes at the last second, and headed back into the ditch. Oh man. Yeah, if everybody could hit the thumbs up, we'd appreciate that. That helps us out. Let's see. Oh, T-Post's already there. Yep, just got to run.
That's huge.
It's been
getting those back in is.
We've been wet as well, and our lawn exploded. I had to mow. I'm not trying to have the suburban yard that I had previously, but I mowed twice.
And he's about to mow a third.
I could mow again. It's the stuff is just rocketing. So hey, Glenn and Annette, how are you? How about just boiling water on the weeds? You know what? The weeds are all over. I'd like to spray something. Boiling water, I'd have a lot of boiling water I'd be carrying out, and it's probably 75 yards or more from the house to
I don't want to carry buckets and buckets.
And that's when all the girls would come over and think that I've got a treat for them, and I'd be tripping on them and
or sticking their face in the boiling water.
But I have seen that boiling water does work wonders. I just don't want to.
Well, then the next time we've got hot water coming out of the hose.
Yeah, that's not hot enough. Dang robots.
Yeah.
Ran along the truck today. Yep. This one just came on and kept on going. Hit the brakes and turned around. So there's a nest. Okay. Well, here's my latest.
Oh yeah.
I went outside a
couple
weeks ago, and underneath our garage was this new hole.
Yeah.
Dug down. I thought, oh no,
under the cement.
I got a gopher or something down there. And so I took all the gravel that was under there, packed it in there real hard. Well, the hole came right back. I've been watching it. The other night I came back after dark and running out of a pine tree. And this is, our end of our garage that's right next to the little girl coop outside. From the tree right next to the coop, right under the garage, goes a skunk. Oh no. So that's just the worst. I mean, what can I do? If I trap it, then I'm not picking up that trap because I'm not gonna smell. The other night, then I put out a live trap and some sardines and got the skunk. Mm-hmm. And boy, did she stink. She stunk, but we eliminated the problem. And at the same time, saw a feral cat that was sniffing around the barn for the old girls. It's like, man, we're into predator season here. But we got that skunk would have done a number on our girls, I'm sure, if it was given the chance. Okay, there. Okay, you said that as opposed to Roundup. Yeah, we're trying to keep those type of chemicals off there. Boiling water. I've seen videos and it's so effective, but just getting it from point A to point B would be dangerous for me. Yeah. Hate skunks. We've had one other skunk that I know of in the past, but this one, I'm sure she had a lodge or something nest under there. Trap that. Okay. Trap it with a long rope before you said it. I was not getting close. She was big. So we had to just eliminate the problem. And we've been doing some other things. We got an upcoming video that's going to come about, we got an automatic door, and trying to get the automatic door to fit on the barn door that, is
the corrugated
metal. That was interesting.
But you got it.
We got it sealed up nice. The girls are getting used to it and actually like it. They put themselves to bed nice and early now.
Yeah.
And we can be out after dark. We were usually, you know, our friends would say, "Hey, can you come on over? We're gonna have card night and have a couple of drinks." Well, yeah, we would say no problem, but then
We
we'd
have to
say
leave by a certain time.
we got to be home by sunset, you know, so we don't have a
Yep.
predator get in and eliminate all our girls. And now we don't have to say that. So
Yep.
it's so
They-
nice not
They
being
got
tied.
used to the whole going into it. It was getting them accustomed to coming out in the morning.
Yeah, coming out in the morning was only a few would want to come through that door in the morning when it
Mhm.
opened. Now it's, you know, it's been 4 days or so. It's
The
free
floodgates.
for all. So okay, rags soaked in ammonia.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, foxes. I was thinking you're talking
garden.
weeds and stuff. I'm like, okay, ammonia. That's kind of an interesting. Okay, foxes, skunk, weasels. Yeah, I have yet to see a weasel. We've got
Yeah.
foxes around here. We had one that,
We saw our first fox last year.
yeah, that and it, not she, it took out at least one bird.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That's Tani-
It'll be a little bit different this year because we're not going to have corn around us. We're going to have soybeans, so there's nothing for it to hide in.
Yep. Throw the rags into the dens. Okay. Shove that down in there. I filled it up. It's all class 5 that was underneath the garage that the skunk had kicked out into a big pile. So I'll keep that in mind. Hopefully it won't happen again, but I'm sure it will. You know, it's only a matter of time, but not for thistle. Thistle's
you got to get those roots.
Thistle's a tough one. We get thistle that, you know, goes down, you know, 3 feet and comes up, and that's just a constant battle. I'm constantly digging it up, and it's always right by our peas and beans and stuff, and it gets all.
I think it's coming from the field, and because he does put stuff down, so then it's finding our garden to be the happy place to come up.
Soil is softer. It gets watered more often.
It doesn't get pesticides on it.
Yeah, and I don't know what the farmer around us is really throwing down for chemicals to keep weeds at bay. The brush burner. You know what? Dawn, I saw yours. The only thing I can tell you, mine's longer. And when you're burning weeds for a long time, instead of being hunched over, if you've got that longer burner, man, you're gonna dig that. I burned so many weeds last year with that thing.
Yeah, I found it at Home Depot. They had 2 different sizes. One that was about like this, and I got him the industrial.
It's like 4 inches across, but the
handle's like 3-4 feet long.
It's about 3 feet long, the handle, and so you can get 2 hands on it and just go to town on those weeds, and get them when they're young, and just keep burning them down. I love mine. Love mine. Okay, here we go. Let's show her off again.
Okay.
We got some new folks who haven't seen Holly's. I'll let you show that off. I'm gonna.
So it's another blanket. Yeah.
As you can tell how big it is.
Yep.
It's we've got a lot of people requesting blankets, or Holly gave one of our good friends a blanket for her birthday, and her grandson has commandeered the blanket quite frequently. So our friend Amy can't get in and fight her way out of it. So you're scared of it. You know what, Dawn? You just got to use it a whole bunch. And
well, I remember the first time that I heard you using it, it sounded like an airplane.
Oh, ours is loud. Yeah. When you fire that up on a full tank and the tank's got pressure, it really kicks some heat out quick, and you can burn through, you know, when your tank's getting low on gas, it doesn't quite have the oomph that at start. You got to spend a little bit of time. So there you go. Melissa, garter snakes, any idea? You know what? The only time we get rid of them is occasionally they'll get into cracks in the foundation, and Holly will find one in the basement, and I will hear her find it in the basement, and we move it outside.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just relocate them away from the house, out towards the garden, and out into the yard. We've got a lot of them.
Yeah.
We're very rural here, but our chickens don't take them out.
No.
They don't like snakes at all.
No.
And I think they're great. I mean, they eat a lot of bugs.
Yeah.
You know, we're coming into cricket season in June, and bugs central.
Yeah.
And our girls, I mean, I love our girls eating crickets. That's great protein, but I like the garter
garters
snakes.
will take care of that too.
I-
Yeah, thanks. A lot of it is just finding the yarn. I like variegated. And so this is just a Karen cake and blues.
Karen cake.
Yep. So.
Oh, that is Karen cake. I was like, is that a color?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's.
Yeah, these weed burners are great, Gwen. I love mine. I go to town on some weeds every now and then. It's good stress relief.
Yeah.
You know what? If you see, it's like one of those little butane torches that you use for
cooking, for like making a creme brulee, or just, if you want to toast some food. So it is just a little
tiny little cylinder that you can refill with a larger cylinder, and then it's got a tiny little blue flame. Maybe it comes out an inch, and you can only do it on a calm morning or a calm day. And then I burn in our garden fabric little 3 or 4 inch holes, and the heat of the burner, once you cut that circle, it seals the fabric so the fabric doesn't. Because I've seen other people cut them just an X and plant in them. Well, now that's fabric. Hopefully we're still coming. There we are. Sorry about that. If now that we moved to, I don't know, there's our, we just got a bad signal.
Weird. Okay.
We've got T-Mobile home internet, and it's been flawless. It's been really good. So
there we go. We're better.
Yeah, you know what? I love having garter snakes around. They do so good, and they, for the most part, they stay out of the way. I think we have underneath our garden fabric tiny little mice running around. And the other day we were out on there, and there was stuff moving. I thought, well, darn it, these mice out. Do you remember that?
Yep.
There's mice under there. So I'm kind of stomping a little bit to see. Well, then it turns out it was a long garter snake underneath the garden fabric. I'm like, you know what? If you're hunting down there, especially for mice or something, go to town.
Yep.
So I let that be. I mean, if it comes up through one of the holes while I'm planting, I might have a different opinion of it.
Yeah.
But we'll let's see.
All right.
Dawn.
Good night, Dawn.
Yeah, it's that time of year where you wear yourself out. So yeah, we'll check in on your videos later. Thanks for coming in here. Okay, thought you lost it. Okay, sorry about that. I think that was on our end, internet connection, and it never does that. I think that's the first time it's ever blipped during a live. So sorry about that, folks.
Oh yeah, she's got the same thing I did. We were just talking about.
There you go, getting into the basement.
Yep.
We had some get in. This is an old farmhouse,
and it was empty for a year or so. So I mean, yes, there was all sorts of stuff in here, but the freakiest was when I had gone down to the basement, and there's a door frame to get into another part. And I walked through the door, and there was a little one sticking out about head high.
It just sticking its head out of the crack.
Yeah, he was about this far out, sticking his head out, and it's just like,
it was. Yep.
That freaked me out.
So I mean, and I'm fine with garter snakes. They're especially. It's winter. It's cooler out. It's cooler down in the basement. They're not moving quick at all. So I just went over and grabbed them, and
this was in the spring, the first spring we were here. So
put them outside quickly and whatever. Annette, not a fan of spiders. There was probably 5 or 6 times today when I was digging in the holes to plant some of the peppers that a fairly good sized spider obviously had a spot down in the hole, and it
Oh.
had one of their egg clusters,
Egg sac.
little egg sac, yeah, white. So you could see several times that it picked up the egg sac and headed off
Moved it.
underneath. Yeah, it was getting out of there. So
Yeah, time to move on, buddy.
yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
thanks, Larry.
8 inches of rain.
Hey.
Oh my! Wow, that's so. I don't know if good night on your comment or good night you're jumping out, but if you're taking off, Lori, thanks for
Yeah,
joining
she's
us.
gonna go water her flowers.
Okay, say hi to Steve. Hey Barb, how are you? Loved your garden videos recently. You've been going to town harvesting. You're harvesting stuff, and we're just getting them in the ground. It's just so funny watching those. Uh-oh.
Mhm. Oy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where they'd fall on my head. I guess I don't want to get to a spot where they
Mhm.
we don't have chicken snakes there. And I guess
There's a couple others, but mostly they're further south than we are, so we just really have the garter snakes.
there is, I mean, it is so rare, but in very southwest Minnesota, occasionally there will be a rattlesnake sighting, but
Yeah,
it is
it's a
so
different rattle,
rare.
or yeah.
We're just garter snakes here. I think chicken snake, is that like a longer
It's a
black
rat
one?
snake.
Chicken snake.
Yeah, but in the next comment down, she
Oh.
said or a rat snake, same thing.
Okay. Or rat snake. Okay. I've never seen anything in Minnesota other than a garter snake. So
yeah, it's more further south along the border, southern
With Iowa.
borders. That
it's all the riffraff coming in from Iowa. Darn it. All that the bad stuff coming up from Iowa. No, we don't have those. So I'm fine with just garter snakes. You know what? I'm not a huge fan of snakes.
And we do have a spot in our yard where I think they've got a nest.
Oh yeah, there's a depressed area that's about 3 feet round. I think a
an
tree
old
was there.
tree, yeah.
And so the ground, I keep putting dirt on it and it's
Yeah.
sinking. And so we're just trying to let it kind of fill in on its own. But there's holes that'll come up, and I think
In the
there's-
spring, you can see when it's first warm days.
they've
in
been
the spring,
hibernating.
they all come out, and you can see like 5 or 6 in this area, and you come close and they all start diving down holes right there.
And our girls give them a wide berth.
Oh yeah,
They don't
they give them
want
the
to
side eye and the whole click.
6 feet long. Yeah. Now
Yeah, no.
that's where we get into stuff that I'm not a big
Mhm.
spider and snake guy. You know, I can handle them, and especially
Mhm.
garter snakes. Fine, I'll pick them up and take them outside and toss them into the weeds or whatever. But you get a big one. No, I'm not
Yeah.
going to hang out with a 6-foot snake. That's not.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Jeez.
Getting bear sightings.
Oy.
Tony, Rochester.
Well, if the water's high, a lot of the animals are getting displaced.
I suppose coming up from creeks and rivers and
Yeah.
spots where they're normally hanging out. But bears
Yeah.
usually, that's more northern Minnesota. For them to be this far south is pretty unique for that. So our garden we've got going. There's still we've got 60 feet of peas in. We've got
Yeah.
60 feet of beans
Beans.
in, 2 different kinds of beans.
Yeah.
30 feet each. I got to get some T pieces of plastic to make one more support for another 60 feet of peas. It's kind of funny. I had a bunch of people tell me, "Hey, are you going to grow extra seedlings? Are you going to have extra plants to have for sale?" So in March, sure, not a problem. So I planted a bunch more. I've got 4-inch pots out there, 2 plants to a pot. I'm thinking, you know what? I'll just sell some of these. They can pay for our seeds for next year. I sent out notes. One gal came by and picked up 1 pot. I was like, come on, all you people that asked for it, then I did it. Then it's just like, come on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I might put them out on another site and just say, you know what, I've got some free plants. Who wants them? And see if we can get some new gardeners to try different varieties or something. So, hi Kim, Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Have we had issues with raccoons? You know what? We rarely see raccoons. I did trap one once
Yep.
and let it go.
And then we had that.
We had one that
injured that was crawling along the door.
Oh yeah, we did. It was like a juvenile that was hanging out right by the barn, and it just had a bad eye and it was not in a good state. So I took him out of his misery. We had one other raccoon middle of the day, early on. We had just moved in, or it was a little bit after, and walked across the lawn. And I thought, you know what? A raccoon shouldn't be out during the day. So I'm yelling at it, threw a couple of softballs towards it, just thought, I'm going to scare you away. I think it had rabies or something. It was sick. It did not want to be scared away. It just, something wasn't right there. So we helped him on his way too. Otherwise,
at that point too,
we didn't have chickens.
They were young enough. I think we had them closed up still.
Could have been. We rarely see them. I'm sure they're around. I got to get my game camera out, my trail cam, so we can see what's out and about, because we get odd tracks every now and then. And I don't know if you guys can hear behind us. The chicks are every now and then. It'll be like a track meet there, and they decided to circle we've got them in an 8-foot cattle trough, and it's like a track meet in there. So it's pretty funny. They're making quite a fuss. Oh, you had a bear in Rochester 5 miles. All right, well, you keep them. I don't want them. Black water snakes, maroon colored water snake. Well, if they're eating mice, I guess I'm fine with that. But I just don't. I am waiting. It's like, okay, at one time I'm going to open the barn and something will be in there. But so far, I mean, we've got enough cement block deep. Any hole that was there, we put wood over it.
We've got.
The barn is pretty darn secure. Now that I say that, I'm sure there's going to be something that'll happen tonight. But different. Yeah, Glenn, you've got all sorts of stuff. And man, I wouldn't want to go out to my garden and all of a sudden, something's there. I mean, I had that zucchinis. I went out one time to harvest some zucchinis, and I opened, there's a mound of zucchinis. So I kind of opened it up to look down, and there was just a garter snake curled up, but it kind of looked up at me and moved a little bit. I thought, man, if I'm down south and that's a rattlesnake, you got to watch what you stick your hands into, versus here we don't. We can just kind of go about our business and not worry about a rattler getting you. Oh
yeah.
5 raccoons. Yeah, I'm not a fan. The water, the water for the fields, they've got the drainage that moves all their water away, is probably a couple tenths of a mile down the hill. So
really, there's no, because we are surrounded by so much field.
Who has the best memory between us two?
Depends on what it is.
I might have the best memory. She has the best means of keeping data electronically versus me. I don't know. What do you need us to remember? I can remember stupid stuff like song lyrics from the 80s and who played lead guitar on stuff. It's the dumbest trivia. I'm great at trivia because I can remember all this stupid
like I said,
stuff.
It all depends on what it is we're trying to remember.
Yeah. You're right. That's what I figured. This one was in bad shape, and it did not want to leave when I was kind of yelling at it. I was throwing things near. I wasn't throwing things at it. I was throwing things near it to kind of just scare it away, and it didn't want to. Yeah. Slowly kind of sauntered around the yard. It's not good. You've got not poisonous. I'm fine, but God. Never found a snake in the garden. Good. I know. Wendy down at Hardnack Farms is always. She, I guess, gets a lot of rattlesnakes. So she's got a lot of raised beds, but she's got to really kind of gingerly walk around the garden area because you never know when something might be there. And we've got a male pheasant that is constantly. He's looking for a mate. He is looking for a mate.
He has been calling for over a month.
Yeah. But every now and then he's out there and I'll be walking out to check the blueberries or something. All of a sudden, you know, he takes off, and your heart rate goes to, you know, 200 in a second. You know.
Yeah.
Let me see.
There you go.
Song lyrics from the 80s. There you go. I'm a child of the 80s, so all that stuff, somehow I can remember every lyric. And actually,
Yeah.
2 weeks from now, we're going to see The Cure, so I'll be in heaven with that. Let's see if you can hear it. If you can hear, there's just all that cheap, 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 cheap. Our girls are going to town. They love it. We had a skunk in our chicken house. That's why I wanted to get rid of this skunk that was killing chickens. That I've heard that they'll go in and just take the heads off of a lot of chickens, not eat the chickens, but just, and that's what I've heard. I've never had any experience with skunks other than that. So it was just trying to dig under our garage. And I don't want that. Once the memory goes, well, yeah, there's two things with old age. One is memory, and I forget the other one. I think that was my dad's joke. Yeah, wearing boots. You know, and I've got those boots. We did a review on these boots, and they're awesome. I'm wearing them all the time. They're comfortable. You know, if I'm out in the morning and you're walking through the dewy grass. Wait, I didn't read the rest of your thing there, Annette. Rattlesnakes an hour away. Okay, they can stay an hour away. I'm fine with that. Yeah, it is the little bird noises in the background. And there's one of their feeders is a trough, but to keep them from getting on top, there's a long bar that will rotate to knock them off. And so if you hear a squeaky noise, that's one of them jumping on top of that bar. So let's see. I remember the dumbest stuff. Yep. Somehow, and it's fabulous how your brain works.
Well, and I think part of it too is because one of the biggest games in the 80s was Trivial Pursuit. So it's like just for games and things, it's like you started to remember. My
hard drive just works differently than others. I don't know. The first drum note on a song will come on, and I already know that it's Slow Ride by Foghat. It's off the Fool for the City album. It's 1975. It's the dumbest stuff. It just, I don't know how. What? When moving a greenhouse. Oh no. Did you catch this on video? Let's see what. Oh no, I hope you're okay. Terrible stuff you want to forget. Yeah, I would be fine with not having any predators around as I look out at my girls. You know what? I love it. It's so nice this time of year. You know, it's 80 degrees today. It's probably 70, 75 right now. 8:30. It's still light out. Light breeze. All the hens are out, just free ranging, just kind of milling about, preening, getting ready. Versus, you know, winter and they're all cooped up by now. It's pitch black out. I love this time of year. I love this time. There you go, Gwen. I don't have a hard drive. You know, one of those floppy disks that was 8 inches? One of those old original floppies that you put in.
Yeah.
I'm so bad with that. Trying to think of what else have we been doing we've just been working the garden, trying to get trees knocked down so we can get that orchard in. And so we've been burning, clearing, cutting down trees, and with that little mini chainsaw we got, Holly, you know, I can tackle the big stuff. Holly then can cut all the little stuff up. That saw cuts through everything. And just and we spent time in the orchard area, down on our hands and knees, getting metal stuff that had been buried.
We found a pile of automotive glass that was all broken, so we were trying to pull all that up. And then as we're doing that, we're getting deeper and finding other pieces, and it's basically
And
down the
Holly
rabbit hole.
knows some of the names of the pieces, which is why I know nothing other than I did know the 3 round things we found were hubcaps. Yes, I
Yes.
knew that. But
Yeah, we found 3 full hubcaps that were
old
in great old
Chevrolet.
Chevy,
Yeah, old Chevy. So we might call it like the Chevy Orchard or something, just and hang one of those. They got to be like from the 50s or something. Those
yeah.
are old hubcaps,
Yeah.
and they're in pretty darn good shape.
And
Just gotta clean them up
but like I said, it was kind of down the rabbit hole because you kept picking the glass, and then you get a little deeper, and then you find something else, and you pull that out, and then you find something else, and you catch the edge of one of the hubcaps, which is this far down. So then you start digging that out. It just
I did find 1 penny. We found one good thing. I think I found 3 pennies now on the farm, dating back from like 1910 to, I think this was from the 50s, the one I found. But yeah, those old hubcaps, they're pretty cool. Holly is convinced there's a car buried out there. And the more we dig, the more I'm convinced that, and there's this piece of metal right out here that it's a solid piece of metal. I don't know. I got to get the shovel and start digging that. I just worry what I'm going to.
Or how much it's going to take to dig it up.
Okay, here's what tomatoes do we have?
You got your list over there?
Let's just go from memory.
Okay.
We've got, let's do cherry tomatoes. We only have one of the
yellow pear.
The yellow pear. I just thought it tasted kind of waxy. It looks great in a salad. It just didn't have a ton of flavor going.
Yeah, he's used to the
I want
super
some
sweet
flavor.
100s.
Yep. So we got super sweet 100s.
Yep. So then black cherry.
The black cherry, which we got her. Those were dynamite last year and so prolific.
The large red cherry.
Yep.
So they're a good size, but still considered a cherry tomato.
Yep. Bigger.
And then the chocolate pear.
Chocolate pear, and I think we got that.
Those are freebies.
As part of
seeds.
freebies. So we're trying something new. Chocolate pear. Then we've got a beef steak.
Yep.
Because we really didn't have anything other than a paste tomato or a cherry tomato last year, especially for a CSA. It's like, ooh, we kind of shorted everybody
on slicer, put on burgers and
so
stuff.
So a beef steak, I think we got 5 of those.
Yep.
And then we went with our 3 favorites,
yep,
right?
Our Jersey Devils.
Yep.
The San Marzano and the Amish paste.
Yep. So
5 of each of all of those.
40 plants total, 20 on a side. And we've actually got, because people were asking us, will you plant extra? We've got a lot of extra plants. So if I can't find people who want those just to either buy them or donate them, I might just put them out around the yard.
Put them out around the garden again like we did last year. That worked out okay.
If we get product, great. Trying to plant some area to take stuff to a food shelf every week. So this would be perfect to have fresh tomatoes to bring down to a food shelf every week.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, we probably need to do a video on. Hey, so I bought an old farm. What to expect? The stuff. It's amazing. The stuff that's there. We're just making a pile of metal. We've got a pile of brick. We've got a pile of other stone. I'm trying to keep it out of the way for the rototiller and other stuff that might go back, trying to keep it out of my mowing area.
We've found wrenches and
big
full-size wrenches. Yeah.
Big stuff. So who knows what else is back there? We haven't found a dead body or anything, but there's been a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A couple of weird tomato plants. You bought San Marzano, okay, but they just look totally different than the San Marzanos. If we're getting different chicks by accident, I don't see why they might have mixed up.
Last year we were planting poblanos.
Yeah, we bought a packet of poblano seeds, and what we got was cayenne peppers. They had totally, every one of them that came up was the same, but they're all cayenne. They weren't poblano.
Yeah.
So I sent a note and said, hey, here's the seed number. Here's your lot. I don't want any reimbursement. Just
FYI.
Someone grabbed the wrong, box of seeds when they were packing it. So
wrong packaging for.
You know what? Here's the funny thing.
He does.
Lori, we've got a metal detector, but around the yard, it is like you turn it on, it goes beep, 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 beep. there is
It's-
so much
yeah.
stuff out there, and it could be tiny pieces of foil. It could be there
Yeah.
is so much stuff under the ground. The guy had a metal shop, so there's places where there's just little metal shavings. There's nails, a bolt.
Yes.
It is unreal the amount of beeping we can get from that metal detector. It's almost a solid tone at times.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If gobs of black, oh, I'm so jealous.
Yes.
I am so jealous. Those black cherry tomatoes, I could not get enough of them. And did we make tomato jam with them?
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to pull that up.
I need to dig into some of that. It's just,
And didn't you dry some of those?
yeah. Oh, during $50 February,
Yeah.
I did. Oh, and let's first let's comment here. How old's our home? It was. Is it up
It's
on
a
the post?
40s from the 1940s.
Yeah, old enough.
Yeah.
Old enough to be
80
poorly
80
insulated.
years old.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff still to work on.
Mhm.
Virginia fruit grower. I think you were in here once before, and I don't remember the name, but thanks for joining us. Appreciate you jumping in.
Mhm.
Throw your name down below if you don't mind, and we know what to call you the next time. Yeah, 80-year-old home, and so we found some of the dump sites, the farm dump site in the past. We've done a lot of clearing and pulled out
Yeah.
tires and tried to really clean the place up. We need to just
we
keep
found
doing that.
where they had pigs,
Yep.
and the fencing is still
Yep.
up, and
And there's some great old fence posts
Mhm.
that I want to get. Part of reclaiming this is getting all the old barbed wire that's in the ground and all the fencing.
Mhm.
But I want to get some of those posts and find a way to reuse them. I'm sure they're 50 plus years old. They're in great shape. They're hand hewn. The guy was very good with his hands and with
Mhm.
woodworking.
he had a wood shop.
Yep. So
So-
they're just great, and I just want to use them in some way. I don't know what, but get them and then put them in the garage until I find that use for them.
Mhm.
Let me see. Planted jalapenos, bell pepper, banana, shishito. I did half a tray of jalapeno and half of habanero, and it really surprised me how quickly jalapenos take off. You get a jalapeno seedling, and then you get this habanero that's maybe half the size of it, just really tiny. And I know that jalapenos do get pretty tall, and the habanero is more of a
Habaneros stay
little
smaller,
shrub,
yeah.
more of a compact shrub. It's
Mhm.
interesting. So yeah, we got bell peppers, 2 rows of those, 4 of them really, because one's
Green,
yellow,
and red.
one's red. Yep. Banana peppers, we got some Hungarian yellow.
Yep.
So close to a banana. I don't know what a shishito is. I've never grown that. I've grown a lot of peppers, but not that. So
Mhm.
okay. Call me G. We'll call you G. Thanks for jumping in, G. We're looking to. I don't know what you've got on your farm, but if you're a fruit grower, maybe you've got a lot of orchards. We're working on that. Tani did. Okay. You know what? I love those black cherries. I can't say enough. I used to be a Sweet 100 maniac.
Mhm.
But if I don't have black cherry in my garden, I'm done gardening. I just, and the place where I was going to get them sold out. So I was panicking. Finally, I found some place down south that had a whole bunch of them, and I grabbed one. So
Yeah, I think you got like 3 or 4 packets of.
holy smokes, 6 feet tall. What is that? Just because of the variety, or just because your growing season is so long? I think ours got 3 feet tall. They were loaded, but they couldn't have been more than 3 feet tall. Yeah, 2.5
Yeah.
probably. 6 feet. Wow.
Mhm.
That would, because I know there was another one that was like a jalapeno, but it was different. I can't think. It was like a jumbo fruit or bigger size jalapeno, but I don't remember that plant getting that tall. So
Okay.
Yeah, Barb, you've got a lot of hot peppers. Yeah, you know what?
We did that last year.
We did. We took habanero and made dehydrated, made powder, jalapenos,
and cayenne.
and cayenne. That's what the other one was. And I like Holly made some great
Hot sauce.
chicken. No, the chicken you made.
Chicken, yeah.
She shredded some chicken so we could make some tacos, and I just had a quick taco. But I took a half a teaspoon of that habanero powder and put that on, and then a little sour cream. That was really good. I love that dehydrating. And I don't know if you suggested or someone did, and I kind of copied the idea. Man.
Yeah, we've got a half pint jar of each of those powders. So.
Yep, and it's good.
Yeah.
It's my fault. You seriously, when those fruit are ripe, you're gonna thank me. I want an on-air thank you. I am waiting.
I actually want to see you try them for the first time.
Oh yeah, if you can video, if you know they're good, try them on camera. I remember filming last year. I was walking down Tomato Alley, and all of a sudden, oh, they're ready. And I ate the first ones on camera, and I kept saying, "Don't tell Holly I did this," you know. But eating fresh cherry tomatoes out in the garden,
nothing better.
I don't know if there is anything better than that. You know, kissing a good-looking girl in the garden comes close, but man, there you go. Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
Here we go. Whoops. Then come on, replanted different seeds. I'm sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. Now they're the only. Well, hopefully you'll get some. I mean, when you get one plant, they're so prolific at times.
Well,
So
we had 18 last year, so we were.
And we've got plenty of those. So
Yeah.
this is what I was trying to click on. There you go, Xander. Welcome. Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Had to get back from a stag party. Oh my God. A little slow tonight, huh? There you go. Used to love super sweet. I did those sweet 100s. I am trying to we're trying whatever we can grow, you know, to just really get some good quality produce to last us the year, which segues into since our last live and now we made the announcement for $50 February 2024. So if you haven't seen that video, jump on. Annette and Glenn, I had a good phone conversation with them, and we kind of looked at what the rules are. But due to food costs going up, we did expand the price or the total dollar amount you can spend to $50 per person versus $50 for a couple. Let's see. Phil, thanks for jumping in.
Thanks, Phil. Have a good night.
Yeah, I'll watch for the video on those posts. I want to see how you can get those, how you got those into the ground. I had to take my scale to the garden. So yeah. You know what? It is fun to try to come up with poundage and all that, because we did a lot.
We've been starting this year with asparagus already.
Our asparagus came up
is just insane.
But we got asparagus out to 4 families.
Yeah.
Had my mom over.
Yes.
My almost 92-year-old mom, and had steak, baked potato, and fresh asparagus. Literally 10 minutes from the garden to the plate. My mom is in heaven with that.
Yes.
Just to have fresh asparagus from the garden. It's something we do every year, and I think we've got enough. I got to get her out one more time before we have to let the asparagus grow for the summer. You know, I said tomatoes, eating fresh tomatoes out of the garden. I think having my mom out, you know, when you're 92 and there's simple pleasures, and one of those is eating fresh asparagus. She is nuts about that.
She loves to just come out and eat whatever we've got fresh. So, but
the asparagus is.
She was like, I was just thinking about that, wondering if it was up, and then he gives her a call, and
Well, I'm sure there's more stories in here from that stag party. If the one driving the golf cart, oh my God, we're gonna let that one. I'm sure there's
Oh no.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's something going on there. Yeah, there you go. Hashtag $50 February. If you guys are putting out any video to get your viewers about it, make sure you use the hashtag. It is amazing after a few months of people talking about it and commenting, and you throw the hashtag in there, how it does take on a life of its own. And you can go out and Google the hashtag, and it clicks on all our videos and comments, and it's really interesting how these hashtags work. I don't claim to know anything about the algorithms, but it's fun. So as you're commenting, if you're doing a video, if you've got a channel, yeah, Melissa, it's fun. It really is. This one was not excited when she kind of really realized the rules, but we ate darn good.
Yeah,
we did.
Yep.
We put away a lot of food for February, and we probably used half of it.
Yeah.
We could have done another month.
Well, we're still
eating the chickens
off of it
from last year. The vegetables that we've frozen,
the beef,
preserved.
the pork, So I mean, we really did.
We did a good job. Holly went fishing with her dad, brought back some fish. We still haven't touched it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pull that up.
In March, we tried the rabbit that I'd gotten 2 rabbits out in the garden that were going to go after my plants. They were fantastic. That rabbit was way beyond my expectations. So Tani, yep. You know what? There's times where stuff does not make it in there. There you go. Sitting on my desk. Sometime this summer, we're going to do a live. Make sure we've got internet that can get out there. We're going to do a live from the garden. Find a calm night, beautiful sunset. It'll be in the next month or so, and just do one from outside at the garden. Okay, we're gonna. if it's from the stag party, if it's on video, we don't remember. Let's
just use note above.
Yeah, we're gonna. I don't know if there's children watching. We're gonna keep some of that off. Homemade bread.
And once a week. With the sourdough once a week.
Sourdough bread is fantastic. If there's ever something that we've picked up over the past year that was tasty, beneficial, just an awesome change, someone baking bread, man. And just like she's making this, Holly loves giving. And so she'll, friends came over, hey, I just baked some bread. Why don't you take the rest of the loaf with you? Or show up at someone's house and we've got a big round sourdough bread. So
we brought some over to some friend's house for dinner.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be for them, and they're like, no, cut it up. And it was
fantastic.
Great with dinner.
That sourdough. So if you're not making sourdough, man, try it. There we go. It is from the 40s. So we don't know the exact year. We're just looking at the auction. We've got the auction poster up in front of us on the wall when they auctioned off the farm here. And I don't think it's got an exact year, but I know it is from the 40s. We did meet the gal who lived here at the end passed away, and one of her daughters lives near here. And I kind of did some looking and genealogy stuff and looking around and found her not far. So she came out.
Yeah, she grew up here.
Yep, but we had a kind of a housewarming party, and we invited her to come out because there's some things I wanted to find out about the home and some questions. There's one bedroom, our bedroom upstairs. On the woodwork in our house is gorgeous. The wood around the door frames and the doors themselves is absolutely gorgeous and preserved and done so well. But there's all these little marks on one of the doors, and I said, what is this? Someone was hanging up stuff. And she said, oh yeah, that's marks from the tape when I was hanging up pictures of Elvis and stuff. So, and we're not changing. I'm not gonna try to sand those out. I like that the house has stories, and I want to leave some of that to
The character and
yeah
everything.
to tell those stories. The only thing we've done like here to make it open, we've taken the doors off. Otherwise, the doors just take up
Yeah.
space.
Well, and even that door, it was all small window panes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's just small window panes, but it was the whole door was that.
We've got I don't know, 5 or 6 doors downstairs, so we've taken off to get into the kitchen to open up the whole place.
Yeah, because I think there's one there to the hallway, one to the kitchen, one out of the other end of the kitchen, one behind us. Yeah.
Make your own mayonnaise. Nice. Okay. We went over to a friend's house tonight for dinner, real quick dinner. I had to drop off some stuff, and they said, stay for dinner. So we had some great burgers, and they had fresh corn on the cob. Well, all of a sudden, my friend is putting stuff on the cob.
Other than butter and
I
salt.
put butter and salt on it. I'm fine. She starts slathering the stuff on. I'm like, what is that? And she said, well, it's mayonnaise. And then she puts Parmesan and some like Mexican spice or something.
Chili powder and stuff like that. Yeah.
And what's it called?
Elote.
Am I the only person who has never heard of this? I had never seen it. I'd never heard.
Or, like street corn, Mexican street corn.
Yeah. I don't know. Do all of you know about Mexican street corn? And I literally am the only one, because everybody at the table is like nodding, like, yeah, oh yeah, it's great, yeah. I had never seen it, never heard of it. I don't know. I grew up in the suburbs. I live in the country now. What? I don't know. I'm. Let's see. Yeah, Melissa, you don't like mosquitoes? They can be nasty. I'm looking outside like, okay, are they thick? Mosquitoes in Minnesota are like the size. You can tie your fishing line on it and cast them out, and they will catch a fish and bring it back to you. So
yeah, it's mini vampires.
Oh, mosquitoes. Yep. Yeah, that's the reason why you came home. Mosquitoes. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I'm a butter and salt guy. Gwen, okay, me and you, thank you. I felt like an idiot tonight. Like, am I the only one? There you go, Barb. Street corn.
It's so good.
Well, I had a couple bites of Amy's thing. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I love mayonnaise. You know what? You get a burger. I'm going to get a cheeseburger, medium rare, but I'm going to put mayonnaise on it. With my French fries, I want mayonnaise.
And dips his fries in mayonnaise.
I love it. But I had never heard of this. Tani, thank you. Okay. Maybe I'm not. I thought I'm way in the minority here. Yeah, mosquitoes. That's our state bird. Yes. For here. Let's see. Heard about it. Never had it. Yeah, I'm great with butter and salt. But actually, next time, I'm going to try this. I'm going to get... I'm going to now go out and get the seasoning.
I think I may need to find him someplace that he can get it done right first.
Okay. Well, there's so many true Mexican street food around here with all the food trucks, and there's got to be someone that's making that. So that would be Mayo corn. Nope.
Actually, yes.
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
But I just felt like, I'm looking around because everybody's like, oh yeah. Like it's like the one thing where you are the only person who doesn't know about it. So I dip my artichoke in garlic butter, and my husband dips it in mayonnaise. Okay. That's another. Never tried artichoke. I don't think I've tried artichoke other than dip.
Yeah.
Like artichoke dip. What else would you use it for?
Yeah. Some people roast them and eat them.
Oh.
They're a little different. Yeah.
We don't get a lot of artichoke up here. So how do you really feel about this? You do that. I don't know if I got anything else to talk about. I kind of ran through everything. We're about 10 minutes early. Maybe we wrap up a little early. I just, we've just been, and we're going to continue, it's going to be plant, take out weeds. Usually we get everything planted next weekend. So
Mhm.
we're well ahead.
Yeah. We
Um,
still got to get our melons in. So
melons,
cantaloupe and
pumpkins, all
watermelons,
that, onions,
squash,
zucchini. There's so much still
kohlrabi,
to
and
plant.
yeah, lettuces to see, radishes. Yeah.
And turn over the big compost. We've been pulling out compost out of the girls out of the barn
Mhm.
and trying to get that in last year's. I'm trying to get a couple more troughs. There's so much to do. I said, here's what I want to do this year. And I was sitting back thinking about it today. It's like, can we get it all done?
Mhm.
I've got to get that darn orchard in. We got to get, that's got to happen. But
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, then what else? I've already got stuff planted for a native wildflower garden. And we got to do that for the monarchs. Get that. I talked about it last year, and now the stuff's growing. Got to get that in the ground. There's a
Mhm.
lot. Okay. Where I'm getting behind. Eat an artichoke as a girl.
Look at Barb's.
Just look gross. Which right here?
Yeah.
Take the leaves, dip the ends in butter, then you eat the artichoke heart towards the end.
Yeah. So like the base of the leaves
Okay.
are tender if you've roasted it, and then you can eat the heart.
Okay. Other than artichoke dip, which I
Yeah.
love, I've never had that. So let's see. Never tried. Yeah, sometimes you do. You watch something at a young age, and
Mm-hmm.
yep. Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? Melissa. I did have somewhat of a garden video back a week or so ago. I need to get out there and do one this week and kind of say, okay, here we got progress.
Yeah.
And maybe show how big the dandelions are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. Some of them. I mean, like they're
you leaving me?
no.
Well, she's got to play with her chickens. You got to make sure that your chickens, if you're new to chickens, they got to imprint on you. They got to imprint on you to know that you're the alpha. Someone is really good with getting to know the chickens. So, whoop. There you
There.
go. 45 miles.
So this is one of our Isa Browns.
Get a little closer so everybody can see this little cutie.
Yep.
You are cute. They are just, I'm trying to get pictures, try to shoot. Look at the wings. There was nothing 3 days ago. None
And
of
they're
those wings.
starting to get tail feathers.
Yep. And the crest. They're
Yep.
just starting. Yeah,
Yep.
don't drop her.
No, I got her.
She's going to be laying eggs in October. Unreal how fast they're going to. There you go. Let's have it with mayo. Get the artichoke hearts.
Well, I figured they got to see one of
At
the garden
Costco.
rocks. They needed to see an Isa Brown.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, thanks for listening along, Kim.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Need to do that. Oh, Melissa, good. You got your milkweed in. Good.
Hey.
Yeah, we've got regular. I don't want to call it regular, but it's not regular. Whatever. The common milkweed, and then our butterfly weed is getting tall now, so it's good. I got to get that. Got to get that in. Make sure you don't eat the choke. I don't know if that's part of it. I don't know. Yeah.
Yep.
The more you handle them, yep. And the more they know that you're safe. I mean, when I came home, Holly had gotten them on Thursday, and I was helping some friends of ours open a brewery. So I was helping them and came home, and they didn't know me from nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, were they scared of me? Well, then the next day I go and spend a little time talking to them. Well, now they're up running, but they need to imprint on us.
Come over now, and if we come over, they'll actually run to us.
Yeah. Wow, they're like any good chicken. Hey, that guy might have food. So
we haven't given him food yet.
not yet. Well, I did swat a fly today, and I threw it in there, and they didn't know what to do with it yet. So you know what? This is the year I'm putting my hummingbird feeder back up. I haven't put it up since we've been here, and I love hummingbirds, and they're around.
Yep,
So.
and actually down in Henderson, they've got a huge hummingbird garden. So
there's hundreds of hummingbirds around there. It's thick with them, which is so cool. the local town here that's near us. So yeah, I love hummingbirds. You know what? I think with a 5-minute warning here, we're gonna wrap it up. Just let everybody get going. It's getting darker. I want to go out and do a little chicken count and see how the girls are doing.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for. Sorry we've been so sparse on our lives, but thanks for everybody jumping in tonight. As always, a spirited discussion. I love. I love. You never know where the discussion's going to take us. Had I started at the beginning and figured we were going to hit stag parties, artichokes, and corn with mayo,
And snakes.
that would not have been. Yeah, Melissa, anytime you want to come down, we'll take you over to the hummingbird garden. It is really cool. It's really cool. So yeah, we've got quite a good discussion as always. So stay saner. Everybody have a great week, and we'll catch you live in 2 weeks, but we'll have a couple of videos this week. So thanks everybody. Take care.
Yeah. Good night.
Okay.